Hey, hey. Well, I figured I would do a live tonight because something's just been on my mind. A lot of a lot of things going on. But I guess the way that I want to start is let me ask you something. Have you ever watched someone online and thought, I really would like the best for this person, but something something about what I'm watching here just doesn't feel right. Something's off. I I don't know. It's not fake. It's not bad, illegal, nothing like that. It's just complicated. We're because we're living through something now that is really completely new to us. People aren't just sharing their lives anymore online. They're sharing their healing, their growth, their emotional process in real time and with an audience that's watching every step of the way. And I don't know if we've stopped long enough to really ask ourselves whether that changes the healing itself. You know what I mean? So today, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about something that we really don't say out loud very often. And that's what happens when personal growth becomes public content. Now, this isn't a call out video. This isn't about one particular person in general or anything like that. This is about a pattern. Something that I've been watching and been seeing happening across social media that I think a lot of us feel but haven't quite put into words yet. So, okay, someone shares a personal experience. People are going to relate to that. Then that person's audience grows. And then suddenly, they're not just telling a story anymore, they're becoming a voice. An example, sometimes even some other people, they look to them for guidance. And here's where I think it kind of shifts a little because the visibility starts getting, I don't know, interpreted as authority, not intentionally, but it happens because we as people, I mean, come on, we assume if they can talk about it publicly, they've healed from it, they're past it, right? I don't think so. But talking about something and being fully grounded in it, those are not the same thing. Not even close, to be honest. You know, Now I'm curious here. Excuse me. Do you think social media turns people into leaders faster than it should? Or is it not so much social media as an individual problem? Let me know in the comments what you think. Is it something that happens with social media because the person is on social media, or is it something that we ourselves do? I don't know. It's, I mean, nobody plans this. Surely nobody plans this. I mean, most people start out by just being honest. And let's be real here, honesty connects people. That part of it is real. But connection brings visibility, and visibility slowly brings expectations. Followers start looking for reassurance, for answers, direction. And without even realizing it, someone moves from here's my experience to here's how you navigate yours without any formal training or anything. That's a big transition because now people aren't just listening. Now they're starting to model behavior. And whether someone asks for that responsibility or not, it shows up anyway. I've seen this happen even professionally where someone shares something personal and suddenly people will treat them like they're authority or some sort. And you're kind of sitting there thinking, what? That escalated quickly. I mean, come on. But the uncomfortable part of all of this is sadly the internet rewards emotion. Calm doesn't trend very well on the internet. Stability rarely goes viral. Ins- Insanity and insensitive stuff, yeah, it goes absolutely haywire. And I don't think every, well, I'd love to say I don't think people consciously to decide to overshare. Hey Pam, thanks for sharing me, girl. Great to have you here with me tonight. I'm just in here talking about something that's been on my mind. It's been bothering me, and I just feel like because this relates to the Internet of Things, this is the best place to share it. I mean, I don't know. These platforms like YouTube or Facebook and all these other ones that are popping up, they condition a behavior in a way. At least I think they do. It seems the posts that get attention shape what people feel is safe and they share. So emotional processing starts happening publicly. And I mean, we're just human. We weren't designed to heal while being watched. You know what I mean? I can't even imagine going through the hardest things that I've went through in my life with thousands of people reacting instantly before I've even had a chance to react. I can't, that to me just completely changes the experience. Even if nobody really means for that to happen, it still changes it. So tell me, do you think sharing emotions online actually helps in healing, or do you think that it makes it harder? Let me know what you think in the chat. I mean, I want to say this real carefully here because people can struggle. And yes, they can still help people while they are struggling. Both things can be true. But when somebody becomes a guiding voice, audience naturally look for consistency, not perfection, consistency. Because viewers don't just hear messages, they watch people's behavior, they watch how they behave. And sometimes people start wondering, am I watching growth here, or am I watching someone still trying to figure things out in public? And that question is not judgment, it's just human nature. We look for stability in voices that we trust. Just that's who we are. But before social media, life's chapters closed quietly. People healed privately or in a therapist's office. Distance existed, privacy existed. Now everything stays visible. Posts remain. You can delete them from your platform, but trust me, they're still there. There's some things I can take you back to that was on the internet 20 years ago that's been deleted, but it still remains. And then you have the fact that people heal and then memories resurface. Audiences, they remember timelines, even when creators are trying their best to move forward. It's, it's like trying to close a book while thousands of people keep reopening earlier chapters. That that has to change how healing feels. That has to change how the healing process works. It can't feel good. Now, tell me, do you think that the internet makes it harder for people to move on from things? Or do you think maybe it helps them process things a little better? Let me know what you think. Share your views. I want to hear what you think. So now we hit the real tension in the room, I think, because authenticity says be real. That's the main thing. Authenticity. That's all it says. Be real. But influence says people are learning from you. And those two things don't always line up perfectly. Because vulnerability connects people. But constant emotional exposure can really blur boundaries. And maybe, I don't know, maybe the real question isn't whether people should share. Maybe it's how much processing belongs in public spaces. I don't think we figured that out yet. I think we're all learning this together as we go along. So I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think personal growth should happen publicly? Or does the internet sometimes turn healing into performance without anyone actually meaning for it to happen? I mean, so let's talk about that, but I want to talk about that respectfully in the comments. So share with me what you think about what we talked about tonight, and maybe there'll be another session. Because as creators, we need to be careful what we say, what we share, and what we share about others. Just because it's happening to us doesn't necessarily mean that we should go out and tell billions of people all the ugly, gory details of it. So, but I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. And like I said, let's talk about it in the comments and share with me what you think about what we talked about tonight. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.